What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Tower of God video. Alright guys, been working through this event whenever I have a chance, whenever it has popped up, and I have some refresher codes. I'm back in here doing my stamina and getting this out of the way. Now, I missed the whole day of the event. I had some family issues and emergencies I had to take care of, but we're back at it again, and I actually want to go through the store. So I've been exploring through what the store has to offer for free-to-play, specifically for free-to-play, and I gotta tell you guys, I'm not exactly happy about the way this was structured and set up. Now, it is very much geared towards pay to win, especially with the tiers of rewards and the pages that are associated with it. So you have to get X amount of rewards cleared up, and then you go to tier 2 page, then tier 3, etc. Right? So it is going to take some time for people to get through it. Now, with that being said, though, the event exchange shop, there is a method to using the proper resources for the proper items, okay? And I want to talk about that because I feel like free-to-play might be going the wrong route here, and event shops are kind of like my specialty. I kind of love these things because it makes you think about what's more important about your account. Is it characters? Is it costumes? Is it resources? Is it rapport, etc., right? You kind of have to think about what you're doing and how you plan to go about spending these limited resources in this event. So once this fight is over, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into the event store. I'm going to go through each page and each single resource we have. I'm just trying to collect the last bit here before the stamina has to recoup again. And we're going to talk about my opinions on what free-to-play should be focusing on and what your mistakes are going to be, if you do make any, by going for the wrong items, which are going to set you back quite a bit. So the thing with these events is you want to maximize the amount of time you have with stamina. Like, you don't want to ever let it get to the maximum amount. You want to make sure that you're always using it when it's ready, and don't let it exceed or stop at 180, because the moment it stops at 180, you don't get any more after that, right? So it's important, guys, to log in, I'd say every few hours, and just auto clear some of these so you guys can get some of the rewards. Okay, so watch. I'm going to repeat this real quick. I'm curious to see actually what the refresh rate is on this one. So let's go to here, auto clear. Can I even refresh it? I'm curious. Let's find out. Okay, so we got one reward there. So I don't have enough points for the next one, but if I want to, yeah, it's 40. So 40's like, you guys can push for this if you want. Like, if you really want the rewards, you can push for it. But let's do a couple things here. Okay, so first off, event mission, get that out of the way. So make sure you try to complete all this. It's pretty important. I mean, you're getting yourself quite a few rewards along the way, and you can see here you get yourself some shards for random SSR characters, and then of course you're getting yourself additional enhancements for the last tier, and then some additional enhancements for the common and the uncommon exclusive weapons. So it's definitely worth doing this, because at the end of it all, you get yourself 10 multis as well, right? So there's two different versions of it. There's a growth going on for Shia, and then there's the vacation event missions that are happening. So don't mistake the two. All right, first off, lucky draw. To get these tickets, you have to complete the storyline, or you can purchase them in the shop. As free to play, of course, you're going to focus on getting this. Now you can see here the rewards are as follows. Balance is 12, balance is 10, 12, 12, etc. Now, in order to, like, you can see the rates here as well. Soul stones 5%, normal tickets 5%, everything else is 15. There's 7 here for the rapport items, which kills me. 10% for the hammers and the enhancements, 5% for the rare enhancement, 1% for the actual crush hit costume. Still can't get over how good that looks. And then 2% for Red Rose herself. Okay, so as you complete these, you're going to be able to move on. Okay, so you guys can see here what the special rewards are right here. So now some people, there's a bug, actually don't get the costume around 6. Yeah, I was shown that today, and I saw it on the forum. Some people actually have a bug where the costume is not being shown, and neither is Yuri here. So if you have that problem, please report it. It may be an issue that you might want to look into before doing this, okay? So let's try it out. Do it times 10. See what we get. Okay, so out of all of this here, the lowest percentage item was this. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. Yep, that's pretty much it. So we'll collect more of those as we go through the story. Now, the event exchange shop, this is the one where I want to focus on, okay? Now, the beginning, there's going to be seashells, then squids, then carps, okay? Just so you guys understand where this is coming from. If you're going for Shibisu, you're making a mistake. That's free to play. Do not do that, okay? Your number one goal should actually be going for this right here. The 8-hour exchange for the Shinsu links. Now, the reason behind that, guys, is because if you looked at my power video, the maximum amount of power you get, it comes from this right here. Comes from the actual Shinsu Link EXP. This was going to give you the best amount of power, the most amount of bang for your buck for your account. This is where you want to focus all of it on the first page. The second page you want to focus, the second part of the second page you want to focus on is perhaps going for the enhancements that you need in order to maximize. But remember, it's just one. It's just one for 150 or 100 or 200. So this is a lot. Okay, these books here, also not worth it because you can get them in plenty. The second thing on this page that I would actually go for would probably be this this SR or R enhancement for your characters. So this would be the second thing I would go for. Okay, so this is a lot though. It's 2,000, but you should be able to probably get this. But number one should definitely be right over here. The Loot EXP amplification for 8 hours. Okay, that's first one. Second page. Now this is the ones with the squids. Now if you don't have enough squids, you can always exchange for the squids if you need it. Now, couple things here to note. Okay, there's not as many items here. The SSR would still be a positive one, but I would go for gold, which is going to run out real quick when you start leveling up S gear. I promise you, it's going to be a necessity to get this, or the hammers. But the hammers, again, not as important, I find, as the gold. The 24 hours of gold is the best bang for your buck resource, hands down, for that. So go for that on the second page. You can pretty much ignore everything else because all the other stuff can be acquired in different ways. But the 24 hours of gold is usually 80 diamonds. Okay, if you go to the shop and you look at Suspendium, it's 80 Suspendium to get yourself one of these 24 hours. So if you get 10 of these, that's 800 Suspendium in your pocket. Keep that in mind, okay, when you're doing this. So that's an important one right there. That's the one I would focus on. And then again, I would go for the the SR or the R upgrade scrolls. Very important ones, of course. And then you can actually upgrade one of your SRs to SSR when you get enough of these and you complete story modes, right? Next one, 620 here. You can see here, this one actually has the costume. Okay, now the costumes, if you don't know this, are not only aesthetic, but they give you an extra 100 attack. Not the end of the world, not the biggest deal, right? But in here, the more important of the two, there's two items here that I would go for. Number one would be this here, because once you start getting to the point of like 141 to 161, these become so much more important. You actually start running out of Shinsu. So very important to note, I would get this for sure, the six of those for 8 hours. Go back in and complete the rest of these. And then the next thing I would focus on, quite honestly with you guys, would probably be getting this. Now, some of you may want to push for the costume because it is limited time. It's for Shibisu. If that's what you're looking for, then go for it. But again, I think here and here specifically is where I would put most of my focus. But this is 500 for 100 of these. So that's still a lot. So I would maybe still push for this being as the number one thing to go for outside of the costume if you plan to whale, or if you actually want to spend stamina or Suspendium to refresh your stamina to get more points. Totally up to you. Remember, the more costumes you possess, the more event tokens you get. But for me, this whole event is all about resources. Okay, so let me show you guys real quick what this turned out to be. If I decided to do this, it's 4.3 million. 4.3 million for just doing an event. If I decide to do this, that's 4.2 million. Right? Or sorry, that's 4.2 million? Yeah, I think it is 4.2, right? Yeah, it's 4.2 million. That's a lot of EXP, right? And I'm saving these. I continue to save them all the time because I want to use them when I'm stranded on a stage where I can't advance anymore. So, and plus these crystal chests, they pop all the time. You get them every day. So like the 500 points, I don't think is worth it. So there you go, for free, 100 of them, just for doing dailies. So guys, be careful. I would honestly look at each page. I would consider the scrolls to upgrade characters after getting the resources that matter, and then move on to the next page and continue to do so. As a free-to-play, we're very limited to what we can get, so don't count your blessings to get the actual costume. It may not happen for you whatsoever. It hasn't happened to a lot of people, although some have got lucky. So I just want to share that advice with you guys. This is Payne. Let me know if you agree in the comment section or if I missed something. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.